So I'm sitting home. Today is Saturday, January the 9th, or whatever. And, um, you know, I like to watch the news. I watch social media. And I keep up with like current events real good or whatever. Politics, whatever. Um, so, the whole thing with, the Donald Trump inciting a riot and, these people showing up to, um, the state capitol to, riot. And I guess they were going to overthrow the government or whatever. Cool. It just makes me think of people like our ancestors, my grandma, her sisters, her mom, all of these people, that lived in such disparity for so many years or whatever. And, the reason why I'm saying this is because, you get all these white leaders on the internet. This is, this is unheard of. This is not us as a people, America. We're not built on violence. The fuck you aren't. The fuck you aren't built on violence. This entire country, as we all know, was built on slavery. Okay. I remember when I was a young girl, my grandmother told me that, when she was growing up, she grew up in an orphanage because her mother had died when she was very young. And she said that she hated and she was afraid of white people because they were the only colored kids in this orphanage. And she was like, they ate last. They taught them, they sent them to school, but just barely. They didn't, they treated them so poorly in this, orphanage. And then she became 18 and then she went out into the world. Keep in mind, this wasn't like in 1930. My grandma was, I think, 18 or 1930. I can only imagine, what the world was like for her, at the age of 18 in 1930. She was in Wisconsin by this time. And people migrated north because they thought that this would be a better opportunity. The Klan probably wasn't here roaming around with nooses and white sheets for hats, but it definitely was no better. You know what I'm saying? And when you see all of these white people acting a fool at the the state senate because they're mad because another older white man has become president, you're destroying, this particular building that's been there for hundreds of years. I don't feel any type of way about it. Let them burn it to the ground. And the reason I say this is that this country is built on violence. All of these people on the internet, they're calling for Donald Trump to be thrown out of office immediately. They don't want to wait till January the 20th and blah, 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 blah. No, this country is built on violence. Do you know how many of your ancestors had to lose their lives? How many of our black women, were raped? When you see black families, you will see, a very dark-skinned woman. She got, biracial kids. Why? Because some white man was raping on her. The black men were humiliated. Just think about in slavery. This country has always been built on violence, and that on Wednesday was a prime example of what this country is built on. Donald Trump is a complete and utter bigot, and he's a racist. All of the above, but he is not alone. He is not the only racist in this country. He just exposed, he made these people feel comfortable enough to come out of the shadows. And that they did. You know what I'm saying? So this is what y'all wanted. You know what I'm saying? And I think because he exposed what this country is like, he's going to pay a price. He's going to pay a price. You better know that these white people are looking for a way to throw him up under the jail. You inside of the riot, 5 people are dead. Did you see the woman that got shot? She was trying to breach a secure perimeter. Basically, this was an area where like Nancy Pelosi and Mike Pence and some very high level people were. They broke in there with zip ties. What was your goal? Were you gonna try to kidnap these people? These white people were, listen, baby, they was on fire, and everybody knows that if a bunch of black people had did that, it would be a different scenario. But I'll say this: our people, we do stupid stuff. You know what I'm saying? We do very stupid stuff, but this ain't of this magnitude. There would have been nobody of color that you could call and say, yeah, we're going to storm the Capitol. You coming? Nigga, no, I ain't going. What's you ain't going either, nigga. You need to keep your monkey ass from up there. Like, we just don't do stuff like that. We're not that bold. We know how the system works for us. We know how unfair things can be for us. We wouldn't dare take a chance by thinking we're going to storm the Capitol. First of all, you and I know that they would have sprayed the crowd. And it wouldn't have been no rubber bullets this time. You're trying to break into the state senate and destroy public property, you know. And I will say they are running these white people up, but they don't have a choice. They have to. You know, as a country, they want to keep an image. And their image is that we can maintain law and order. But not right now you can. You know what I'm saying? And then I love Tamika Mallory. She is a local, she's not local, she's an activist that I follow on social media. And, you know, she was instrumental with the George Floyd movement, so on and so forth. But she made a tweet like, oh, black people, don't y'all get involved. This is, you know, this ain't got nothing to do with us. Girl, who do you think was going down there with them white people? First of all of them people came from a Trump rally. A Trump rally and a KKK meeting is the same thing. We weren't intertwined with them. Now, I will say there was a few of us in there, and I just, you know, you always get, you know, I think that people are free to have their own political views. If you feel a certain type of way, if you're a Trump supporter, that's totally fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't look at nobody sideways because they support Trump. You know, Republicans are Republicans. Some people are very passionate about politics. So there was a few of us. There was a few of us there. And those 4 people that were there, just know you're about to get 20 years in prison. You know what I'm saying? You're about to get 20 years in prison. And then, you know, the other thing is, I had no idea that he had a like a rally at first, and he told these people to go. I had to go on YouTube and look at it, and I was watching it. I said, wait, what just happened? Did he just instruct these people to go? I'm going to be walking with you. And girl, and these people have to have known this clown ain't gonna walk with you nowhere. Where is he going? But you know, the really sad thing that I saw was when that lady got shot and killed. And there's nothing to take lightly about somebody losing their life. Okay, I don't want to make that. I don't want to give that impression. But they warned her in the video like 3 times to get back. She was a veteran, a 14-year veteran. She went out in a blaze of glory. You know, they're like, oh, she was a decorated 14-year. Not on Wednesday she wasn't. And I'm gonna be real, when he blew a hole in her and she fell back and hit the ground, that lady was already dead. They said she died at the hospital. No, ma'am. She went on to glory right there on the floor. Right there on the floor. And unfortunately, you know, we as a black community, we don't feel sorry for her. And the reason being is not that we don't have any compassion, any empathy, anything like that. It is just more so because we just have one girl that you can think of. It's so many police shootings and but the one thing that sticks to you is Breonna Taylor, a young woman that was sleeping in her home. The police busted in her house and shot her up. And so then you have a woman that is breaking the law. You're breaching a secure perimeter inside the state, you know, in DC, and you get shot. And they want to compare the two. You can never compare those two. One person was at home, a law-abiding citizen, sleeping in her home, had to get up for work the next day because she was a first responder in the middle of a pandemic. And then there's another person who was essentially a burglar, you know. They can't compare the two. And I always wonder, you know, I remember my grandma used to say we're living in our last days. Most definitely. I feel like we're in that movie I Am Legend, where it's a flu, just wiping out, taking up the, that's what I feel like. And the reason why I originally started this video talking about my grandmother is because, you know, we've come a very long way from slavery, the civil rights movement, so on and so forth. And it feels like right now we're in 1955. The reason why I say that is that, yes, we may have rights, and yes, you can, you know, they say they don't discriminate against you, but they actually do. There's a stark difference in the way that black people are treated versus white people. Now, I live in the suburbs. I live in a suburban part of a city where I live, and you know, I have yet to experience any racial discord, but I know that it will eventually happen. You know what I'm saying? Because I live in a complex where I'm the only colored person. I live upstairs. I live downstairs. There's a white lady above me, a white family on the side of me, and then another white family in another apartment. There's 2 upstairs and there's 2 down here, and I just know you can feel the racial discourse. Now, when they see me, I drive a decent car. Then that I have kids. You know, I'm very quiet where I live, but I don't feel comfortable. And it's not comfortable. Like, I think these people run and do something to me. You just know they're kind of giving you this side eye, like, what's this nigga doing over here? Paying my rent and living. You know what I'm saying? But I originally started off the video again just to kind of talk about the racial discord. I always wondered, how did our grandparents deal with this? You know, we are cut from a different cloth. You know, you be seeing people say, oh, we not our ancestors. Let me tell you something. That is the most poorest comment I've ever heard, because our ancestors fought. Our ancestors lost their lives. They marched. They did all type of stuff, you know, so that we can get to this point to where we be like, hey, I'm not our ancestors. Because, you know, just like my manager at work is white. He had me fucked up. I forgot he was my manager, and I told him a thing or two. You know, like in the 30s, they could do that. They lose their job and they could be shown in the community. You know what I'm saying? All type of stuff. So I say that to say this: don't let this situation, the Capitol, be a distraction to you. It is still a fight going on. It was very interesting to see white people cut up like that, but guess what? They cut up like that all the time. They cause havoc and destruction anywhere that they go. Like, I seen a girl on Twitter said, this is stolen land that we're on. It is. This land belongs to the Indians. This land doesn't belong to the white man. They took this by force. They took it by force. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that I don't want people to get blindsided by the situation where they're like, oh, well, they locking these white people. Yeah, they're locking them up for a reason. And the reason is, excuse me, they have an image to withhold. Other countries are looking. They like, that's all it took for us to get up in there. We're going to run up in there next. You know what I'm saying? So they have to completely redo everything. They have to get these people. They have to prosecute these people to show the world that we don't play this crap. But I just kind of wanted to talk about that. It was on my mind.